Hi, welcome back to the channel. So not too long after I cut all these trails through the land, it became evident pretty quickly that I was going to have to do maintenance sooner than later. I wasn't exactly sure what that maintenance was going to be. I think we're going to keep these as primarily dirt surface, which means other than roots popping up or other trip hazards, we're going to have to take care of any foliage that's growing up in the trail that we don't want growing there. So far it hasn't been too bad. In fact, a lot of the sections of the trail in the older forest, the big part anyway, it's so beaten down there that really nothing's growing back. However, in our snaking parts of the trails on the sides of the older forest, we're getting quite a bit of growth and some small ferns. Now these ferns grow anywhere in the Northwest anyway, and they grow really quickly. You can be walking down the trail on Monday and see nothing, and then on Friday you've got a few out there almost 2 feet tall in the same spot. Anyway, so I started researching what kind of sprayer that I wanted to get, and of course I have a handy dandy B2601 and I want to use that. So the first thing I started to do was research the 3-point systems, and I got to tell you, they're not cheap. The cheapest one I found that has enough capacity, I figure over 50 gallons would get me a good spray, at least one layer on the entirety of my trails, which is about a half a mile. But again, not cheap. So I started to look at the trailer versions, which are cheaper, but they have what I think is a very bad design flaw. And that is they take, for the same capacity, let's say around 40 gallons, on a 3-point or an ATV, it would be mounted this way with the wheels spread out a couple of feet on the axle, which obviously is going to give it stability. I couldn't find anything like that. I searched lots of brands, the ones at Tractor Supply, I don't remember the name, NorthStar, and although they had trailers available, they were this narrow version. And I've got hilly terrain here, and I've got some pretty winding trails, and in some places I've got winding trails that are on steep hills. So I'm afraid that I fill that thing up with 40-something gallons of water and Roundup. As soon as I go around one of those corners that's either really steep or I go really fast, it's just going to fall over. Anyway, I kept looking, couldn't find anything. So I started thinking that I had an old cart for our garden tractor. It's got about a 600-pound capacity. We upgraded to a 1,200-pound capacity because, you know, we want bigger. And I wasn't going to use that cart for anything else. So I took the basket off, or the bucket, and put that aside. And I basically took an ATV sprayer and mounted it to that cart. So in this video, I am going to walk you through that and show you how it works. So thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoy it. You'll need a trailer of some kind, an ATV sprayer, hex bolts with washers and nylock nuts, and some 2x4s or whatever you have laying around. I already had my trailer, but you can get a Polar LG7 garden cart at Tractor Supply for about $190. I chose this 26-gallon ATV Broadcast Sprayer from Northern Tool for $280. Starting with the trailer, I first removed the bucket and set it aside, but don't worry, it won't go to waste. We're going to use it as a sled the next time it snows. Then measure the frame to figure out what size 2x4 pieces you'll need to create your subframe. This trailer will need two 24-inch pieces for the sides and two 27-inch pieces to go across the top. I cut the 2x4s to the measurements taken earlier. I measure and mark 3 inches from the end and 16 inches apart so that I can drill mounting holes on the 2x4 side pieces. The 2x4 side pieces attached to the frame using 2.5-inch hex bolts, washers, and nylock nuts. The top near the tongue of the trailer is double stacked with an additional piece of 1x to give enough height so that the tank is level when the trailer is attached to my Cub Cadet. The horizontal pieces are attached using 3-inch coated deck screws. I pre-assembled the sprayer and attached the lower mounting plates to the frame using 2.5-inch hex bolts, washers, and nylock nuts. I later decided that these bolts may not be necessary once the straps are attached. Finally, I secure the sprayer to the frame using light-duty ratchet straps. Alright, that's secured really well. Let's go take it for a test. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to be notified when I release new videos, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell. There is no cost to subscribe. It is totally free and you can help my channel grow. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Okay.